If you found yourself in relationships that just consistently seem to be not working, there have been a lot of crash and burn scenarios that you've experienced in your love life, and you're scratching your head trying to figure out why. Stick around, because in this video, I'm going to be discussing 4 hard truths that you either didn't know or haven't wanted to hear. And welcome to my channel. I am Portia, the communicator, your trusted mental health life coach, and I coach women into the lifelong partnerships and marriages that they desire and deserve. I want to give a special shout out to all of the new subscribers here. And if you are new or returning, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on powerful, transformative relationship coaching content. If anything I say in this video resonates with you, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Share the content if you know it can be beneficial for somebody else, and join the conversation in the comments. So to quickly dive in this video, we are going to be discussing 4 hard truths about why your relationships are failing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Reason number 1, you are rushing into the bedroom. Whether you feel that's what you have to do, what you want to do, regardless of the reasons, it's premature most times. You may be gauging the goodness of a relationship based off of sexual chemistry and your sexual experience. So the D may be good, but do they even want the same things in life that you do? And at the same time, because the right thing at the wrong time is not the right thing. If you're wanting a committed relationship, I gotta say, ladies, do not use sex thinking that you are going to get one. That's not the way that this works. And more importantly, in the rushing to the bedroom, do you even know what their health status is? Do they want a committed relationship if that's what you want? Do they want more kids? Do you want kids? Because you're doing the do to get them. And so are you prepared in the event that that happens? Are they prepared? Is this the type of man that you'd even want to father your children? Has it even been enough time to determine that? And this brings me to point number 2. The second hard truth about why your relationships are failing is that you're not asking the right questions. And typically that's because you're not focused on your future enough. Everything is just based on the moment. Everything is for the moment. It feels good right now. I like him right now. So we haven't actually taken the time to sit down and think about what it is that we need to know and we need to have to actually move forward in the right way with the right person. And then we wonder why we have all of these momentary relationships and they're over just as quickly as they started. So instead of asking surface questions like the kind of food or music they're into, start asking questions beneath the surface that really focus on things that matter. Like, how do they view women? Do they have a criminal record? And what's been their track record in relationships? Is it always somebody else's fault? Is it the other woman's fault, the ex's fault? Or is it always their fault? Are they the screw up? How long was their last relationship? Or how long was their longest relationship? Do they have any staying power? And here's a good one. Who is their dream woman? I'm not talking about some, pseudo fantasy, wannabe reality type thing where they're fixated on a celebrity. I'm not talking about crushes and things of that nature. I'm talking about asking them what a description is of the perfect woman they envision themselves being with. And let me tell you why that's important to ask. A lot of times we assume as women that it's us. If they're talking to us, if they've called us, we think that their ideal person is who we are. But when we don't ask the questions, we really don't know, because sometimes it may surprise you to find out that their description is actually describing someone other than you. And instead of contorting yourself into being someone that he wants, and you know it's not true to who you are, being able to walk away is critical so that you can actually align with the person who is there truthfully for who you are. More importantly, you've got to ask yourself the question, is this man your dream man? Because sometimes we as women especially are guilty at this. We try to make the man we're with the man we want. We try to make the man we're with somebody else. Do you want him more than he wants you? Because if the answer to that question is yes, the relationship will not work, or at least it won't work the way you want it to. If you're with someone who shows less effort than you, less interest, less investment, less commitment, etc., it's only a matter of time before he fades out into the sunset, or until you blow up after overgiving, overfunctioning, and doing all the things to try to get him to be with you. The third hard truth as to why your romantic relationships are failing is because you aren't loving yourself enough. You're not loving yourself enough to walk away from something or someone when you know it's not good for you. You know it's not working, and yet you still stay putting yourself through it all. That's not loving yourself. You're essentially prioritizing a man, or rather the having of a man, over your well-being, over your peace, over your stability, over the future vision that you have for your life when it comes to long-term partnership, commitment, and or marriage. Trying to make stuff work and hoping things will turn around and doing anything you can to do so. Trying to make stuff work or hoping things will turn around without any real work being done on his or your part, or without any evidence that shows actual change. Not loving yourself will have you wasting all of your time, because you'll end up staying in relationships past their expiration dates, or you'll end up in relationships that you never should have gone into from the beginning. Not loving yourself will have you settling for less than you should from a man, and having you pretending to be someone else, having you pretending to be comfortable and satisfied even though you're not, just for the sake of having company or having a warm body at the end of the night. Not loving yourself will also make you susceptible to narcissistic abuse. Dealing with someone who talks to and treats you like you're crazy, and that's simply because you don't value your own voice. You don't value your own presence to the extent that you need to. You don't value your own truth. You're still trying to convince someone of it. And if this is hitting for you, I want to share that I have just launched this month my self-love digital toolkits to help you embark upon that much needed journey of self-love so that you can deepen a loving relationship with yourself, because how you show up for yourself is how the world shows up for you. And so if you are struggling, thinking, man, I really can identify with these symptoms and signs and reasons and all the things that are being shared in this video, the toolkits are designed for you. You're going to be able to learn how to release those blocks that have kept you in negative patterns. You're going to rewire yourself for truer and healthier love in your life. And for this month of August, I am giving a 20% discount on all of the self-love bundles. And so you'll want to use the code that you should see somewhere down here. It's AUG2025. Use it for the entire month of August to get 20% off of any of the self-love digital toolkits. The link for the toolkits is in the description box beneath this video. So take advantage of that today. Start your journey of love, healing, and transformation. All right, now on to the next thing. This fourth and last reason that I'm going to touch on as to why your relationships in love are failing has to do with screwed up priorities. You're more focused on the external than you are on the internal. And so what that can look like is being overly consumed about a man's bank account, about his talents, or about his connections, Or again, about sexual chemistry, I've already mentioned that, but you're more focused on the things, the shiny objects, more than you're focused on the character and behavior of a man. And generally, when you find that out, that's what ends the relationship. So it's better to know and prioritize those things first so that you don't end up in more crash and burns. I'm probably going to do another video about this, but the obsession with chasing the bag has ruined the prospects of love for many people, especially women in today's modern dating era. I think it has a lot of women missing the forest for the trees. You can't see the real value in a man because you're still stuck on what's in his pocket. His pocket is not his heart. His pocket is not his character, his nature, his integrity, or rather the lack thereof. You don't see any of that based on a man's financial portfolio. You don't see that. And this is not to say that finances aren't important, because they are. However, when you're not paying attention to the core values of a long-term relationship, you're missing very vital, crucial, necessary components that would determine if you're going to have a long-term successful commitment with the person or not. And let me also say this, a man who matches that energy, who is more concerned about his money, trust and believe he will throw you under the bus when it's convenient to do so. He will dismiss you when and if he has to get his bag. Make no mistake about it. He will compromise your dignity and time with you to go and make his money because you don't mean as much. You don't mean as much. That's the unfortunate truth in this situation. Prime example is the rapper Nelly and his now wife, the singer Ashanti. He allegedly took a gig, a political musical gig, which I will not name, that I'm sure most of us are aware of. He took this gig that potentially meant career suicide and extreme social backlash without considering her. He purposefully did not tell her because he knew, I believe he knew, the fallout that would result and how bad it could make her look and feel. And he didn't care. He didn't care. Much like Nelly, men like this are also too busy to be fathers to their children either. So please consider that when you attract a man who is so money hungry and ambitious for a bag himself, he is going to treat you with that same energy. He's not going to be available to you more than he is getting his external stuff. And if he does that to you, don't think he's not going to do that to any children should you choose to have them with him. Now, if anything that I have said in this video has hit home for you, let me know in the comments. Can you attest to any of what I've said? Have you looked back in hindsight, or can you look at certain situations you may be in right now and realize, man, I didn't know this and I found out that later and I wish I would have known that prior to now, blase blah. Let me know how this is hitting for you. And if you are wanting to completely 180 your relationship experience right now, I have a full program titled Rewire for Love that is designed to take you from wherever you are into satisfying relationships or chronic singlehood or whatever the case may be, into the life of loving partnership and marriage if you so desire that. Book a free consultation call with me. The link for that is in my description box beneath this video. Also, don't forget, I've got the self-love toolkits. Take advantage of that and the discount that's being offered this entire month of August. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video if you know somebody needs to hear it, and subscribe if you have not done so already. I want to thank you for taking the time. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching the entire video with me. I hope it has been insightful. I hope it is giving you things to consider, and I would love to see you in the next one. Until then, take care, be blessed. Thanks again, and bye for now.